Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Ranisha, and you guys, I have a debt confession update. First off, if this is your first time here, then please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for coming to hang out. I do apologize in advance if you hear kids screaming and dogs barking. You guys, I got my window open. It's kind of warm today. It's been cold, but today is kind of warm, so I'll open up the windows. And yeah, you may hear the kitties. But anyways, I started this journey back in August of 2023. I just had to go back to like one of my first videos. I hadn't been super consistent as far as recording videos, but I have been consistent about like trying to pay down debt, even during times when I really didn't feel like it. The majority of the time I've been juggling 2 to 3 jobs. I recently stopped that in the beginning of this year, and I'm kind of feeling like I need to do that again to accelerate this debt payoff, so I can just kind of be done. When you hear the numbers, you'll be like, girl, you're going to be working forever. But I'm being, you know, just very optimistic and hoping that eventually I won't have this issue anymore. But let's go ahead and hop right into the numbers and just the nitty-gritty of it all. All right, so when I did start this channel, my mortgage was at $291,159. Today it is at $274,881. So it's went down a little bit, 20,000, 30, what is it? You know what, I got a calculator right here. Let me not even guess. All right, so it went down $16,278, and I haven't been doing any like extra payments or anything like that. That's just with the regular payment. So yeah, that's where we're at. So my biggest issue was my taxes and my student loans. So during that time from 2023 until now, me and my boyfriend did decide to move in together with plans on getting married. However, I want to pay off a lot of our debt first. So yeah, that's why I'm not married as of yet. I decided to make the move to pay off our debt together to put us in a better financial place. And yeah, so I had issues with back taxes, and then he had issues on taxes as well. I don't know like what we were on like as far as not paying taxes, but yeah, it really caught up to it. So we made that the priority and put everything else on hold. So with me, and I really didn't document that part of my debt. I said all of my other debt, but not my taxes, because at that point back in 2023, I hadn't even filed my taxes. So once I did file, I ended up on $39,037. So in 2024, I made it a point. That's when I ended up picking up like the second job and then a third job eventually to just pay it off. I was super exhausted. I was working a regular job during the day, overnight job, 3 to 4 days a week, and then doing patient care visits in between that. So I was able to pay off $39,037 in 2024, and that was a lot. Yeah. I'm just thinking about it, like that was a lot. So then finally we tackled that. Both of our incomes went in to put money towards that, but I feel like it was really me doing a lot of it because I feel like it was my debt. But then we went ahead and did his taxes, and his taxes ended up being around $21,000 that he had owed in back taxes, which was like another big blow to us because it was like so much, and the majority of it was just interest. So we are currently still working on paying that back as So, and I think he ended up doing his taxes for the first time, maybe I think it was this year, 2025. So 2025, we filed all of his back taxes, which were from 2020 to 2024. We filed out all those, and the total ended up being about 21,000. I don't have the exact number, and we have got it down to about 4,700. So that's what we owe with that. We do have a credit card that has $300 balance. We just made a payment of $150, so that should be down to about 150 something. Let's go ahead and talk about my student loans, because that is what we're going to be tackling next after we pay off the remaining part of the taxes. So I have 3 different loan providers. The total for all 3 loans comes up to $61,597. That's a big pill to swallow. Oh. But you know what, I'm thinking about, we were able to tackle this debt in these past 2 years and pay off almost 60,000. I think we can pay the 60,000 off, in a decent amount of time, especially if I pick up the second job to do my like, just like some weekend work or something like that. So anyways, the first one is Mohila, and when I started my debt payoff journey, I was at basically around 21,000. I think it was 2901 or something like that. So 29,000. Right now I'm currently at 25,099. Okay, the next one is Ada Advantage, and it started at 28,344, and right now I currently am at $20,620. And the reason why there's a nice little amount going, because before we started paying his back taxes, I started putting some money into the student loans, but then once we found out how much it was that he actually owed, we decided to put all our focus into that. So yeah, so right now for Ada Advantage, I'm currently at 20,620, and then my last student loan, it started at 24,159, and it is at 15,878. And the reason why that has went down as much as it has, it is because they credit me some of my credits from my previous degree that I had when I went to the school that I went to. So they gave me a credit of, I don't know how much it was, I think like 5,000 or something like that. So that definitely helped with reducing the amount. And now again, I am currently at, with all combined student loans, $61,597. Okay, so moving right along. We're not done yet, you guys. We're not done. So my spouse, he has some things in collection, which included some credit cards. Sorry. Which had included some credit cards, some medical bills, and a repossession. And it totaled $41,751. Now, one of the big items is the 7-year mark is coming up, so we're just going to let that fall off. And the other things that are on there, we do have like about $5,000 set aside that we were saving up for something else, but we're going to go ahead and reach out to these collection agencies and see if we can get a lower amount, if they're willing to settle for a lower amount to remove the stuff off of his credit. And hopefully that will help with that. And then we'll just have whatever we have left over and, negotiate to see if we can get those things down to a lower amount that we can pay. And that will kind of like wrap up everything that we have. This is yeah, what, honestly, to be honest, I don't even feel super bad, because there's so many people in the same situation. I'll just be happy when it's all done. I'm going to continue to post videos to help to hold me accountable, or hold us accountable, and then just to document the journey, because I know eventually we will be out of debt as long as we continue doing what we're doing, which is budgeting, not living above our means. You know, when we do get bonuses or extra money, we throw that towards our debt, and you know, just living a regular life, like not trying to keep up with the Joneses or anything like that. I feel like we will eventually like pay off the debt, but right now this is it. We're in the thick of it, and we will, you know, as long as we stay positive and keep looking at the end goal, because at the end of the day, like I don't want to be in a position to like be working because I have to work. Like that's just not what I see for myself. I want to be able to go to work just because I enjoy working, not because I have a debt collector calling my phone like crazy, or bills coming in the mail, you know, saying that I owe them money, or a company saying that I owe them money. No, like I don't want all my money to go to that. But anyway, so that's gonna go ahead and wrap up our current debt confession. You know what, let me add it up and see exactly how much debt it is. And it's like I kind of don't want to, I'm not actually going to even include the mortgage, because that's not something that I'm rushing to pay off right now. The stuff that I'm actually rushing to pay off is what I will include. So let me see what we actually owe. Okay, so with everything, it looks like $108,000 $108,196. So, and again, like I said, some of these things that are in collection, I'm sure we can get them for a lower amount. But yeah, so anyways, that is gonna wrap up my debt confession video for 2025. This is just an update, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you know that you're not alone. There are so many people in the same situation, but you know, you come to the right place, and you know, you're probably looking to make some changes like myself, and we just, you know, this is a nice little family of like-minded people to encourage you, and I hope that I've encouraged you with all of my debt, you guys, and just to let you know that we can, as long as we stay persistent and stay optimistic, then we can get it done. But anyways, I love you all, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, bye.